So I'm going to be going over the trades that I took yesterday. I took 2 scalp trades yesterday from these charts, just using Cryptovac A and B, and I'm going to show you guys how I successfully placed my stop loss and how I used the ATR to manage my risk on these trades, and also show a third trade that I took that I got stopped out of, and show you guys how I successfully managed my risk on that trade to avoid, like, you know, losing more than I should have. I'm also going to be going over a bit of macro and the hourly time frames to be seeing where price could be going and what price could be doing. Um, Getting into it, I'll just show you guys the trades that I took straight up. I took this trade up here, right there, off that wick, right into that Cryptovac A line. And I took this long down here, right off that wick, down into that Cryptovac A daily line. Now, this whole price action over here, I was sitting out. I was waiting for a good opportunity. You know, we came up to this line over here. I think I tried to get a position here, but I missed out. So I just waited that out, which was a good idea, because we eventually came up into this Cryptovac A line. But getting into it, what did I see that wanted to get me into this trade? I like to use the 12-minute time frames for my scalps and the 6-minute, just because they're just, you know, the easiest time frames for me to read. I like to look at the hourly, the 4-hour, and stuff like that to like figure out if the general trend, like the general direction that trade is in my favor. So if I'm shorting, I want to see on the 4-hour or on the hour that the trade or that the charts are looking bearish, so I have more confirmation. So what did I see on the Cryptovac A video? If you guys watched that, you know, I talked about the white diamonds, and they really do work. They really do work. See here, saw a white diamond, momentum waves, printed above the 60 line. So that was what gave us those white diamonds here. We came up. We see here we made a higher high, but we didn't come into a Cryptovac A line, so I didn't take this trade. I literally only take my trades from Cryptovac A lines, because I want to have a specific level. I don't want to just be hopping into some random ass trade, some random price point. Because you know, just trading isn't about making money; it's about preserving your money, and you want to make as few dumb decisions as possible. So obviously that worked out. We eventually did come up and tag this Cryptovac A line, which I'm pretty sure we haven't tagged in. Where's it at? Oh, this one. We haven't tagged it since this drop over here, since this little range here. We just kept touching that 40k level or that 45k level. Kept bouncing. This is the first time we touched that line in about 10 days. That was definitely a line that I was looking at, because you know there was a lot of liquidity up there that could be taken. And it's also it would also be running this little high right here that we had, this little wick that we had on the 8th of February when we just shot up and came back down. All these trap longs, obviously they want to break even. They exit the trade up here for break even, and that causes a market sell, which starts a you know, like a cascade kind of thing, and we just drop. That's kind of my theory for why we had that drop there. But yeah, that was the reason I took that trade. The 6-minute white diamond, we made a higher high. We came into a Cryptovac A line. Momentum, if you guys are familiar with Jason Casper, uneven butt cheek method right there came into fruition. And eventually we did come down. So, you know, people would have said that this right here is an uneven butt cheek, or is a divergence with the momentum waves, and you'd be right in saying that. But like I said in the Cryptovac A video, these white diamonds do a great job at weeding out those bad divergences. Because look, as you can see, we came a little bit higher, and we eventually did end up running those lows, and you would have been stopped out in that trade. I mean, it wasn't a bad trade. Still caught like a little 1%er, maybe even a 2%er if you go down the bottom of the candle. But obviously it wasn't a good divergence at the end of the day, because look at what came after. This whole drop here. And I ended up catching the entire thing. Yeah, I did. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I held it up to this line and I sold here. Because I remember I tried to long it here and I got stopped out with the ATR over here. Risk management, folks. Risk management. Okay. Now getting into the long that I took off this line. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I didn't even see anything on Cryptovac B for this one. I kind of just took the long because we were coming into that daily level. And when you come into daily levels, you can always be assured that there will be some kind of reaction. You know? And we also had a little bit of a demand zone down here as well from this little. So this, I don't even know what you call this kind of thing. White Phoenix knows about this. Yeah, demand zone, I guess you could say. But we did end up tagging that line. I literally only took, I had orders on this line here. I'll show you which line it was in the daily. This one. This yellow line. We literally just came down to that line. I set a limit here. This white line, I set a limit there as well in case we hit that. I had about 10k on each limit. Only one of my limits ended up getting tagged, but that was a good trade. Gave me like a 2.7% move. I did end up exiting that trade. I fully closed that trade up at right here. So I entered the trade down here. I held it overnight. I slept on the trade. The reason why I held that trade was because of these momentum waves. You see here, we're starting to form some sort of divergence. It was just a divergence right there. And I was like, yeah, I kind of want to hold this trade and see what happens. And that did end up working in my favor. Got a 3% move. Made about 2.5k off that move right there. The reason why I did exit at this level here, this 44k level, or 43.9k level, is because A, it's a Cryptovac A line, and B, I look at the hourly time frame. And what do I see? I see a momentum wave that's starting to curve over and it's starting to clip. And if I'm in a long position and on a scalp long position and I see on the hourly that they were about to clip like this and put a red dot right there, the last thing I want to do is be in a short. The VWAP coming down, you know, it's just not a position that I want to be in. Right, there we go. So what I'm looking for now is, I mean, hopefully that's clear to you guys of why I entered those trades. It was literally just off the white diamonds, and Cryptovac A lines. That was literally the only reason I entered those trades. It's the only thing. It's the only reason I need to enter those trades. I only use Cryptovac, as you guys know. But like I said, I take these level by level in the Cryptovac A line video. I never just look at one specific, line and be like, oh, that's where I want to sell, or that's where I want to long or short. We came down to this line, this line, this line, and I would be looking at Cryptovac B and seeing what is Cryptovac B saying. Look at the money flow. Money flow is just bad. That's not good. Red money flow. Uh, Cryptoface says red money flow is where you want to be taking your profits though on your shorts, because by the time you're in the red money flow, the move would have already happened. You guys can see that. It went from green, the green money flow over here. We went to the red. The red was where I was taking profits. Um, I just saw that money flow. I was like, no way am I gonna be selling. I'm holding this position, and I ended up holding it down to this line. I only exit my trades at lines as well. If you guys wanted to know. Stop losses. You gotta always have your stop losses. How did I use my stops? Switch on the ATR real quick. This will have its own video soon, so you guys can trade with your risk management. We came up into that line, and I think I used the 12 minute for this to get like more like a wider stop. Because it is a scalp and I want a pretty tight stop loss because I'm trading off a Cryptovac A line. I took the candle before this point right here, and I used this as my stop loss. That gave me a 0.74% stop loss for the trade, and because I was pretty confident in the Cryptovac A line, I was comfortable with like less than a 1% stop. Usually I like to have a 1% stop, but because I knew they were going to have a reaction of that level, just because of how bearish the higher time frames were, especially. I was okay with that kind of, yeah, that's kind of stop. If you're looking on the 4 hour, we were looking super bearish. If you guys saw this, it was not looking good. Lower highs on the momentum, higher highs on the price, coming up into key resistances that haven't been tapped in like weeks. You want to be looking to short that, and definitely did work out. Another reason I wanted to exit this trade down here, looking at the higher time frames on the 4 hour, I saw that the momentum was coursing down into the 4 hour with the green money flow. Now, I know this might look super bearish, and we have a bunch of lower highs and stuff, but when you have money flow looking like this, looking super healthy, it's just looking super nice. You want to be taking these opportunities where you get a green dot printing right here underneath the 0 line. This is one of the strategies that I use, by the way. Getting like a momentum clip like this, a trigger wave with the money flow in your favor of the trade. That's a good long opportunity. Which is why I took this trade down here. Because if you look, the momentum wave was already crossed down over here. And I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be looking for a long position sometime. The way I got the stop loss on this trade, same thing, just the ATR, the candle before, had it right there at that line. On the ATR, that was my stop loss. So that's the reason why I took those trades. Now I'm going to be going into the like a macro analysis kind of thing, where I just go over what I think is going to be happening over the next couple days. On the weekly, we see green dot printed. It's confirmed as well. VWAP is up. I'm thinking just because of the daily, how bearish we are with the hidden bearish divergence, I think we could see lower. But 47k is, if we do end up coming up to this little level up here, I would take a short up here too. This is like the maximum bullish case that I would be seeing, us coming up to this Cryptovac daily line and getting a rejection off there. Just like the way I took a short from here. I took a long from here. I want to take a short from that daily line. See, I'm literally only trading off these lines. It's the only levels that I will trade. That's the only price points that I will enter my trades at. yeah, and there's not much else. There's not much to say. I said a lot of. I said what I thought in the yesterday's live stream with the hidden bearish divergence on the daily. VWAP is down. The only thing that's giving me a little bit of hope here is the money strength. Money strength is still green, with the volatility still in the higher upper 80s. That's good if you're bullish. You could be expecting like a little bit of a move up from here. But overall, I'm thinking we've come to some sort of top. Look at the wicks there. We've had closures underneath, right on that Cryptovac A line with wicks that go like, it's like a 3% wick. That's a pretty big move. That's why I'm thinking we put like a little bit of a swing high here. Overall, still in a macro downtrend. So until we start to break points like this is key. This one right here. Until we start to break major swings, swing highs like this, I don't see us coming to break those all-time highs anytime soon. That's what I think. If there's any questions, just feel free to ask. Other than that, this will be on YouTube to view for you guys later on to refresh. Is that it? Cool. Guess I'll see you guys in the next live stream then. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll be making more videos to post on the YouTube channel for you guys. So stay tuned. Hopefully the videos that I've posted so far have helped you guys out.